Hello, my name is Daniel Stillwell. I am the editor of the IFTA e-newsletter, and we have with us here Anna Svetchnikov. She is one of the presenters, and we're going to learn a little bit more about her and the work that she's doing. So welcome very much.
Thank you for having me here.
So we are in Japan, and but we have people from all over the world who get to watch this and learn about the different professionals in the IFTA universe. What kind of mental health practitioner do you identify as, and what does that look like in your context?
So I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, but I'm also in PhD program in clinical sexology. So I'm soon to be a sex doctor.
Yeah.
August 2025.
Okay. All right. Next year. Where at?
It's in West Palm in Florida.
In Florida. Okay. And
it's the Modern Sex Therapy Institute.
Wonderful. Okay. So yeah, people wanted to look it up. That's always nice to know where things are. For those of them who may not be familiar with sex therapy or what that looks like in the States, how would you describe that?
Well, it really depends. So I'll tell you why I even went into sex therapy. So I was looking into PhD program, and I was looking into different ones, and I just wanted to be something more unique, right? And I was looking at forensic psychology, but then I came across sex therapy, and first it was something I was like, I don't know if I want to do it. It's a little risky. But I realized that all the couples that come in, so main three problems why they fight, why they divorce. Number one, finances. I mean, they can help them or not, or send them to a financial advisor. Number two is intimacy. So intimacy is always coming in, and I was thinking, well, might as well I can help them with that. So instead of sending them to sex therapists, which is really, really hard to find in the United States.
Right.
And again, with intimacy, it could be some, it could be dysfunctions, right? But also it could be just as simple as disconnect, right? It could be some, so there are like three parts of intimacy, right? It's the desire, arousal, and orgasm.
Right.
So sometimes it just starts with the desire, right? Because when the couples, they cannot connect, then there's no desire. Or there's no arousal, and then this is how sex therapists can help.
Okay. All right. And they can often help in one of those three areas, or
hopefully,
or all three.
Yeah.
And obviously, for things that are more medical, we refer out that type of thing.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, then you are here giving presentations. So tell us a little bit about what you're talking about this weekend.
Absolutely. So this is something that I came up myself. It's the new framework. It's tripartite personas approach. The way it works, it's you may have three personas within you. Single persona, it's your individual persona. Whenever you're single, you create your likes, dislikes, hobbies, the things that you do for self-care, self-identity, and purpose. And then whenever you meet someone, significant other, you create additional persona. You create couples persona. And the problem is that you don't substitute couples persona with your individual persona. You need to balance two now. So now you need to do the shared goals and interests with your partner, right? And then you also need to make sure that you do things for yourself. Because if one persona is imbalanced, then it can create a lot of problems within a relationship within yourself. And then if you have children, then you create another persona, which is a family persona. And what I've been seeing with couples, a lot of the times when they come in and they have difficulties in their relationship, they're fulfilling the family persona, but they're neglecting the couples persona.
Right.
And that creates this changes in their interactions, communication, overall satisfaction of the relationship.
So when you say the tripartite, all three, I guess, are in conversation?
Yep, they need to be, because they can be affected. And again, it's, and what I've been seeing with clients, especially when you feel stuck in therapy, you're working on a symptom, but not on a problem. So for example, if the individual comes in and says like, hey, I want to work on anxiety, and then you start working anxiety, and it's kind of helping you a bit, but you see there's still issues. What happens, they need to work on the couples persona, but that's the number one goal. And then maybe individual, or if the couples persona is resolved, then maybe will be no issues with anxiety or panic attacks.
Well, and I think about balancing, you emphasize one area, and then now the homeostasis is out of whack, so we have to kind of keep moving.
Yep.
Okay.
And then also it needs to be reassessed because of the life transition. So usually what happens, what causes the imbalance is the life transition.
Right.
Right. It could be like balanced individual persona and couples persona, right? And then you have children, and then you create the new persona, right? That's the creation of new persona. Now it's in balance because now as parents you put like a lot of time into the family persona, but then couples persona is neglected. If there is career change, right? So then it's affecting all the personas, right? And then again, like there's a lot of different things with the career change. Is it the financial, like one spouse is now making more and then it can affect their relationship? Is it their roles within the family, chores, who's taking care of the kids if there are kids and all that. So the self-esteem, right? If you're a breadwinner and now all of a sudden your spouse is a breadwinner, how is it affecting you? So there's a lot of parts that interplay.
Okay. This being an international audience, how do you see this being applicable to different cultures and different communities around the world?
Well, the fun part about it, you need to be flexible and you need to be creative.
Okay.
And then also you need to take into consideration, so each part. So, I mean, I think it's international model, right? Because in all of the cultures, you have your individual self, and then you meet someone, then you create your couple's persona, and then if you have children, you have your family persona. And but then we need to take in consideration the culture, the societal norms and all that, but again, it's adaptable and flexible.
Have you worked with cross-cultural couples?
Yes.
And how they navigate often different ideas of what couple and family are supposed to be?
Absolutely. And again, it's really difficult sometimes. And sometimes they just agree to disagree because they could do a lot of cultural differences. I've been working with this couple. He is Caucasian American and she is Chinese. They met in the United States and they are planning to move in as a couple and then get married. But again, there are a lot of issues.
Right.
But most of the issue is the financial one, which is interesting. But again, there's a lot of unbalance there.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming and talking and introducing yourself so that people can look you up in your work. Anything else about you that you'd like to share personally or professionally, just to sort of humanize the name or the face?
So let's see. I have 3 kids.
3, all right.
So my husband promised me a girl 3 times. We have 3 boys, so he can be trusted. But I heard if we go for another child, the chances 80% of it's going to be another boy. So I said, okay, I think we're done. We have 3 beautiful boys. I think that's good. I also write books. And so I've been publishing therapeutic books for kids. And my first book actually was published during COVID. So the whole idea was because we went on telehealth, and then how do you engage kids over telehealth, right? The small kids, you need to make sure they engage for an hour, and then how can be therapeutic and helpful. So what I did externalization of COVID and their anxiety. So I created this coronavirus person, and she's this evil thing that's coming to take over the world, and then the 3 kids, they're trying to fight the coronavirus. So that was like the first comic. Then I did this, and then whenever kids get scared, tired, they take a break and do therapeutic exercises. So it's interactive. And again, because it was during COVID, we're in lockdown, and I didn't have access to anything or anyone but my family. So I took my camera and I took photos of my kids. That's how I had the whole idea of, making a story. So, and then the coronavirus, the evil one, was my mom. And then I started using the whole idea of externalization with the kids that I work with, and they really loved it. And the next thing I know, like all these newspapers, magazines, they're calling me, and they want to take interview and take photos. That was the first one. And then one of the illustrators from Brazil. He saw the interview, so he reached out and he wanted to illustrate my book.
Aww, that's cool.
And then I have the whole series, but after that I published another over 40 books.
Oh my goodness.
So a lot of books.
All right. Well, future Dr. Anna Svetchnikov, thank you so much for being with us, and I hope we get to enjoy the rest of the conference.
Absolutely. Thank you.